Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can tell from the title and the video, Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title of this video, today I'm going to be doing a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup tutorial. So as you can see, I've just filmed the video and I'm wearing the look now, and I will just put a picture up on the screen of the kind of look that I copied from Kylie. I actually really love the way Kylie does her makeup, or her makeup artist, because her looks are always just so nice, and this one in particular I really wanted to recreate. So yeah, that is what I did. Pretty much I would say 90% of the makeup that I used is drugstore as well, so this is going to be a really kind of inexpensive, cheaper way to recreate a look which was probably created using a lot of high-end products, I'm assuming. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Right, I've already prepped my skin using my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I just used a little bit of the Magic Eye Cream as well. I just did that before this video because you guys have seen me apply that cream 200 times, you don't need to see it again. So that has already been sinking into my skin for a few minutes. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Full Coverage Foundation, which I haven't actually used this in the longest time, but this used to be like my all-time favourite foundation. For whatever reason, I just haven't used it in forever, but in the picture, Kylie looks like she's got really kind of mattified, flawless skin, and this is definitely a foundation that is going to give you that look. It's very matte, and it's also very flawless, and it's not too cakey, and it still looks like skin. So I'm going to be using this one today. This is in the shade 10 Ivory. So now for under eye concealer, I'm going to go in with my all-time favourite concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I'm going to mix the shades Snow and Almond because the Snow is a little bit too light for me, the Almond is a little bit too dark. So I'm just going to be mixing those two underneath my eyes. I'm also just going to take whatever's left on the sponge and kind of press that over my eyelids to prime my eyes for the eye look later. So now I'm just going to take my favourite powder. This one is the RCMA No Colour Powder. It's literally perfect for under the eyes because it's very finely milled and it doesn't give you any flashback, so I love this one. And what I like to do is just take a little bit on my sponge and then kind of bake underneath my eyes. Although I love this concealer so much, I find it does crease really easily, which is why I'm loading it up with powder. And then I'm just going to brush this off in a second. This will also help to kind of slightly brighten the under eye as well. While that's setting, I'm just going to go in with my favourite bronzer. This one is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow in the shade Light to Medium. I'm just going to obviously use the bronzer side of this to bronze up my skin. In the picture, it doesn't really look like she's contoured that much. It just looks like she's got a little bit of bronzer on. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because the picture is in kind of like that golden hour sunlight kind of thing. So it's quite hard to tell what it's actually kind of like. But I'm just going by kind of what I can see on the picture. It looks like to me that she's just put like more bronzer on as opposed to going in with like a lot of contour. It's also definitely more of a matte face for her, which I don't really like that kind of matte look as much. I prefer more glowy skin at the moment, especially in summer. I just feel like it just looks so much better. I do love a bit of bronzer, as you can see. I do usually go a bit overboard with my bronzer, but I feel like it just gives so much shape to your face. If you know where to put bronzer, then it can make such a difference to how your face shape looks. Also, if you have a little bit of a double chin like I do, then you can just take a bit of bronzer underneath here, and then that will give the illusion of a shadow so that you've got more of a chiseled chin and jaw. Does anyone know if you can actually get like injections or like some sort of surgery to get rid of a double chin? Because I feel like my double chin is actually growing, and one of these days I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have a full-on double chin, and I'm not here for that. Is there such thing as like tightening injections or something you can get in your chin? I'm sure there is, because if there is, I'm so down for that. I really want that done. Genuinely, I really want that done. Okay, I'm going to wipe away that bake. Don't leave it on there for too long. Okay, so we are looking pretty matte and flawless at the moment. I'm kind of liking it. I don't usually like matte skin as much. I've been really liking the It Cosmetics CC cream, which is quite glowy, so I don't usually like at the moment more matte skin, but it's actually looking quite nice, to be fair. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a bit of highlighter. I'm going to refrain from putting on too much because, as I've just said, it's more of a matte look that she's gone for. But I'm going to be using the Technique highlighter. This is a highlighter palette, and I'm going to be using, if I can get it open. Oh my god, these things are so hard to open. Why can't I get it open? Help. We're in. So I'm going to be using this shade here, which is kind of like a champagne-y colour. It's really, really beautiful. I'm just going to put this on the tops of my cheeks. If you didn't see my last video, I tested out kind of a load of new kind of drugstore makeup, or new products that were new to me anyway. And this was one of them because Technique actually gifted me a load of their stuff. And I'm really, really impressed with this highlighter. Out of everything, I think this is my favourite thing they gave me. It's like a very kind of wet look highlighter, like it has no shimmer or glitter, it's just very wet looking, which I love. So I'm going to go in with blush now. I'm going to take this is the Technique Mega Matte Blush Quad. So it's the same thing as the highlighter, but just a blush form. And I'm going to mix all the shades together because she's got quite a pinky blush on in the photo. So I'm just going to mix all the shades together in this and apply it to my apples of my cheeks. I like to focus my blush almost as if it was going in between my bronzer and my highlighter, and not so much on the actual like front of my cheeks, because if you put it too far close to your nose and in this area, which is the traditional way to put blush, then it's fine when you smile because you have these nice rosy cheeks, but then when you kind of don't smile, it can drop your face, and obviously no one wants their face to be dropped. We want it to be nice and lifted. So if you put your blusher kind of almost, like I said, as if you was putting it between your highlight and your bronzer, then you're going to get more of a lifted look to your face, which is what we all want. It's definitely what Kylie has. I don't know if she's had like some sort of like face kind of pull backy surgery probably, but her face is literally like... Right, I'm just going to quickly do my brows off camera because I hate doing my brows on camera and I just do them the same in every video anyway. I'm just going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Supermodel Brow Lift. I just literally do a few little kind of hair strokes, brush them through, and then go in with the NYX Clear Brow Gel. So I'll be back in 2 seconds once I've done my brows. Right, so my brows are done, and now for the fun part, which is the eyes. So I don't actually have the exact palette that Kylie would have used because I'm assuming it was one from her collection. Obviously she has Kylie Cosmetics, so I'm assuming that she used a palette from that brand, obviously her brand. I don't have anything from her brand, and I obviously wasn't going to buy the palette just to do this video, so I'm going to be using the Lottie London Tweely palette. This was her collaboration that she did with them quite a few months ago now, and I picked this up literally as soon as it launched because these colours are literally beautiful. The colours that obviously that I can use for this look are going to be this one here and this one. When I swatched these two on my hand, they were literally perfect for this look because that is pretty much the exact same colours as what Kylie's got on her eyes. So this is the palette that I'm going to be using in today's look. So she has got like kind of like a brown transition shade in her crease. So for that I'm going to go in with the shade Porky, which is this one here. It's kind of like a light matte brown. This is going to be literally the perfect colour for a transition shade. So I'm just going to take that on a Morphe M505 brush. And my eyes were already prepped from earlier. I did a little bit of concealer and powder. Just if you get any little creases, just make sure you push those out before you apply any eyeshadow. So I'm just going to take this literally in my crease. Okay, so she's actually kept it more rounded, so that's what I'm going to do. I would usually be tempted to wing out the shape of my eyeshadow, but in her picture she has got it more kind of like rounded to the eye. Just going to take a clean brush and just slightly go over the edges just to make sure it is really nice and seamless. If you do get it a bit messy, then a good trick that you can do is take a clean brush in a little bit of powder and then just go over and blend it, and that will help you blend out any harsh lines if you've gone a little bit wrong and it's looking a bit messy. So I am going to go in and deepen this up a little bit more because in the picture she does have quite a deeper sort of brown in the crease. So I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is just next door. It's a little bit more of a warmer, slightly darker brown. And I'm actually going to take this on a slightly smaller brush so I can focus it better in that crease. So this one is Zoeva 227. It's like a slightly more flatter, thinner blending brush. I'm going to take that first brush that we used just to help me blend. It's been a minute since I've done a cut crease. I haven't done a cut crease on my channel for literally months, or just in general. I feel like cut creases kind of came in very quickly and then went out very quickly as well. Like no one really does them anymore. Do they do them anymore? I feel like they don't. feel like it's all about that more like effortless look nowadays. I've just realised I've been taking the brown quite low and actually in my actual crease, but when I'm going to cut the crease it's obviously going to go a bit higher. So I'm an idiot and don't have to do makeup clearly, so I'm actually just going to pretty much go over what I've just done and take it much higher, because I just realised when I'm going to cut the crease you're not going to be able to see any of the work I've just done. I'm just going to take this really small flat brush. This one I actually got off of eBay in this really shitty brush set that I bought like years ago, so I don't actually know like where this is from. I just got it off of eBay, but I'm sure there are so many flat brushes that look like this that you have at home. So you can take any flat brush, and I'm just going to take my concealer that I used. I'm going to take the lighter shade, so the shade Snow, in the Too Faced Born This Way, because this one will give me, oh, I've just got out the wrong shade, fuck. This one will give me a little bit more of a whiter base so that the colour will pop even more. And I'm just going to load my brush with concealer, and I'm basically, how I like to cut my crease, I haven't actually done this in ages, so don't mind me if this goes tits up. I just like to put a bit on my lash line and look straight up, and then you kind of get the line of where your crease is going to sit. So I'm now going to follow that. I do think Kylie's was lower than this. But the problem is if you try and cut your crease lower than what your eye actually wants you to, if that makes any sense, it's just going to transfer up there anyway. So you kind of need to do that trick so that you don't get any transferring. And she keeps it in kind of like literally a perfect kind of semicircle on her eye. So when I get to about here, I'm going to start bringing it down. So I'm actually going to not set the concealer. I'm going to tap it in with my finger, but I'm not going to set it because that tackiness is actually going to help the eyeshadow adhere better to the eye, and it's going to make it more pigmented. So I'm going to try the shadows first dry and then see if I need to maybe add a bit of Fix Plus to make them adhere better. So I'm first of all going to take the pink shade in the palette. This is like a metallic-y pink, which is very, very similar to the one that Kylie had on. So I'm just going to load up my brush. This brush is a 234 from Zoeva, and I'm just going to literally pack that in the inner corner. Okay, so that's actually come out quite pigmented without any Fix Plus. I didn't need to wet my brush at all. Now I'm just going to take a clean flat brush and I'm going to go in with the turquoise shade. This is obviously going to sit on the outer corner. This I think is a pretty good colour match to the shade that she actually used. By the way guys, this palette was limited edition, but it is still available on ASOS. I did check before I used it because I didn't see a point in using it if you couldn't get it. So it is still available for £8.99 on ASOS. I'll link it below. So she's kind of done it half and half like that, and it is quite blended actually. So I'm going to just take my finger and kind of push the two shades together and go back and forth with each brush just to blend. Just to add a tiny bit more sparkle to the pink, because it kind of looks like she's got almost like a little finely milled glitter on top, I'm going to take the pop shade from my Pillow Talk palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This isn't absolutely necessary, but I feel like just in my Instagram picture it will look a little bit nicer having that little tiny bit of sparkle there. So I'm just going to take that on my finger and just put that on the pink side of the eye. And now just to literally finish off the look, I'm going to do a winged liner. This is the Sensai eyeliner. This is just the black one. It comes with a beautiful, beautiful tip. It's like a really nice brush tip, and this is actually refillable as well, so it saves you money in the long run. Okay, and it doesn't look like Kylie's got much on her lower lash line, but it just looks like she's got basically a very, very light brown, like the transition shade we used. So I'm going to go back in with the shade Porky just on this Charlotte Tilbury smudger brush. So this is a very, very light brown, so it's not really going to do much, but it's just going to give a little bit of definition. So I'm just going to run that under the lower lash line. Right, so I'm just going to get myself to this point on the other eye, and then I'm going to come back to do mascara and lashes. Right, so I've just done my other eye. I'm now going to go in with a bit of mascara. I did just have another look at the photo of Kylie, and it looks like she hasn't really got that dramatic lashes on. I think she does wear those kind of individual eyelash extensions anyway, so she's probably just got those in. So I'm just going to go in with a few coats of mascara, and then I'm just literally going to put a few of the Ardell, these are the individual lashes. I'm just going to stick a few on the outer corner. I'm not going to go too crazy with the lashes because she hasn't gone too crazy with the lashes either, and I want this to stay quite true to the picture. So the mascara that I'm going to go in with is the L'Oreal. This is the Telescopic False Lash Effect Mascara. I've really been liking this. It is more of a natural kind of lengthening one. It doesn't really provide too much volume, but you can build it up. So yeah, I really, really like this mascara. Right, so this is the look with mascara and bottom mascara on. I did just put a few of the, like I said, the Ardell. Those were the double up individual eyelashes, so they're slightly thicker than the usual ones, which means that you have to put less on. So I really actually do like the way they look, and I'm definitely feeling this look a little bit more now I've got the lashes on, because I wasn't really loving it before I got the mascara on, but now it's all kind of coming together a bit, so I like it a lot more. I'm going to go in now and do lips. Kylie has a very, very, very nude lipstick on in the picture, and it looks very kind of matte, and obviously she's got the beautiful sort of plump lips. So I'm going to overline my lips with, this is actually, I don't know if this is still available, I'll try and link it below if it is, but this is a limited edition Clarins kind of, you know, like one of them pens that you had in school which has like 4 colours and you can press one down. This is like this but for makeup, and it has a really good nude lip liner on one side. So I'm going to use that to slightly overline my lips. Okay, and now I'm just going to go in with the nudist Matisse lipstick that I own. This is the MAC lipstick in the shade Honey Love. Looks pretty similar to what she had on. So I'm going to be using that all over my lips. And then I'm just going to pat that in so it doesn't look as dry. Right, and that is pretty much it, guys. So that is my Kylie Jenner inspired makeup tutorial. I do think it looks better on Kylie. I much prefer it on Kylie than me. I think she's done it a little bit more subtle. I've got a bit more extreme. Didn't really mean to do that, but it happened. We're going to go with it. Mine's definitely more kind of like festival, carnival appropriate as opposed to like normal everyday life. I would probably still wear this on a night out, but it is definitely more kind of dramatic. So yeah, I had fun doing it though, and I really actually like the way it's come out. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would be amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.